What's up, man? I got a video for y'all today. It's close to my heart. Got a question. Why are you always sharing Christ with people? Why are you always pushing your viewpoint? Why can't you just live and let live? Well, you realize by asking that question, you're trying to push your viewpoint of live and let live on me and expecting me to acquiesce to your viewpoint, right? So don't make rules for other people that you don't follow. Don't be a hypocrite. And how to answer why religious people push their views on other people. I can't necessarily answer that question because I don't speak for all religions. I have no authority in any religion but my own. As a servant of Christ, I can answer you why Christians share Christ with other people. And to answer that question, I would simply ask, why does anybody share their viewpoints with anybody? One reason would be intimacy. If you want to be closer, then hey, how you doing, neighbor? Then you share things that are closer to your heart. Well, what's closest to a Christian's heart is Christ. And so, you know, if you want to be intimate with a believer, you can't separate Christ from that believer. Now, if you say, I want to have a relationship with that person, but not Christ, you're asking for something that doesn't exist. That person and Christ are one. There is no separating them. Just for argument's sake, we're going to say that there's a choice that the believer has to share Christ with you or not share Christ with you. If there was that choice, then why would the believer keep doing it? Well, I ask another question. Why does anybody share what they love with people that they love? Right? The answer, I would say, is because expressing the joy with the other person, with somebody of that thing, is the culmination of, or the finishing, or the fulfillment of that joy. It's not even complete until we share it with other people. So if you enjoy something, it's you want to share it with other people. There's no how can you do you not share the things that you enjoy with other people? I mean, of course, that's human nature. That's what we do. We if we see a good movie, we're like, hey buddy, man, you gotta check this thing out. It was awesome. You know, if we read a good book, we're trying to hand it to our best friend and get them on the same page so we can talk about it. You know, that's what we do. You're trying to ask people not to relate to one another. So that's our joy. That's our love. That's why we share it. If we love you and we want you to be happy, you know, we want to share our joy with you. If you answer, well, I'll keep the things that I'm passionate about to myself if you keep the things you're passionate about to yourself. In that very moment, you're sharing the thing that you're passionate about, namely me keeping my opinion to myself, right? So you're doing the same thing that you're asking me not to do in the moment that you're doing that. You can't, I mean, this is hypocrite 101. Let's try a slightly differing. If you love someone, how do you best show your love to them? I would answer by saying you give the best parts of yourself to them. If all you have is money, you have no time, right? You give them money. If you have money plus thoughtfulness, you get them really good gifts, right? If all you have is time, you're broke, you might spend a lot of time making them a good gift or spend time doing something for them, right? Well, a Christian, if he does not give you the most lovely thing that he has, he's not loving you. He doesn't feel like he's loving you, he or she. Doesn't feel like they're loving you. So what's the most lovely thing that we have? It's Christ. We need Christ in our lives. We have to, to experience the joy, real joy, you have to have Christ. I never even knew what joy meant until I knew Christ. And I've had lots of good times. But it's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about fun and good times. I'm talking about peace, joy, love, patience, kindness, goodness, meekness inside of you, bubbling up from the depths of your soul, bro. How can I not want to share that with the people that I love? It's the best thing that I have. To ask me not to do that is to ask me not to breathe, man. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous request that I could never oblige to, and it's so hypocritical. It's so hypocritical. That's not even going into if a believer, a believer understands that if you do not have faith in Christ, then you will be apart from all that is good. That's Christ. Christ is everything that is good, right? You're going to be apart from that for all eternity. Well, guess what, buddy? That's hell. We don't want the people that we love going to hell. This is life and death stuff we're talking about, and I think if you look at things objectively, you will realize that you're requiring from somebody something that you don't require from yourself in asking them not to share their viewpoints with you. Amen. Have a good day.